She walked into the jewelry store carrying nothing but confidence, her designer bag on her arm, her head held high, and the calm dignity of a woman who had seen the world. But within minutes, that confidence was shattered. The staff didn't see her wealth, her success, or her grace. They only saw the color of her skin. What happened next wasn't just humiliating, it was cruel. Yet if they thought they could belittle her without consequence, they were wrong. Because the very next day, everything changed. But how? And who truly walked away humiliated? Her name was Amelia, a woman whose life many would envy. She was married to a billionaire, but she carried herself with humility that made her approachable. Her days were filled with charity work, mentoring young women, and traveling with her husband to support causes that mattered. To those who knew her, Amelia was more than wealth. She was kindness, elegance, and strength in one. Yet beneath the luxury cars and the sprawling estates, Amelia never forgot the lessons her mother taught her about resilience. She knew the world often judged people not by their character, but by the color of their skin. And though she had faced prejudice before, nothing prepared her for what was about to unfold. That afternoon, Amelia entered the jewelry store simply to pick out a gift, expecting nothing more than a polite shopping trip. She had no idea that within minutes, her identity would be reduced to cruel assumptions. What she didn't know was that this day would test her patience, her pride, and her dignity. The polished marble floors gleamed beneath her heels, and the sparkle of diamonds shone under the bright lights. She came to select a necklace, simple, elegant, and perfect for a charity gala. To her, it was just another errand. But to the staff, her presence told a different story. At first, she noticed the stares, quick, sharp, and filled with suspicion. A sales associate walked right past her, smiling warmly at another customer while pretending not to see her. When Amelia asked for help, the associate gave a forced grin and suggested she look at the more affordable section. The words weren't loud, but they cut deep. Amelia stayed calm. She asked again, pointing to a necklace in the front case. It was exquisite, understated, yet powerful, just like her. But the associate didn't even check inventory. They smirked and told her it was probably out of her price range. A couple nearby chuckled softly, clearly entertained by the insult. The humiliation deepened. Another employee whispered just loud enough for her to hear, "Some people only come in to browse, not to buy." Her cheeks burned, not with shame, but with the weight of being judged in a place where money and skin tone dictated worth. Then, as if that wasn't enough, a security guard began shadowing her. He wasn't there to help, he was there to watch. To them, she wasn't a customer. She was a suspect. Still, Amelia stood her ground. She reminded herself who she was, what she had built, and the respect she had earned. She asked one last time to see the necklace. The associate reluctantly handed it to her, as if indulging a child. The necklace sparkled in her hands, but the coldness in the room was unbearable. It was clear. The real weight she carried wasn't the jewelry. It was the chains of prejudice. She placed the necklace back and left, her head high but her heart heavy. The staff thought they had won, but they had no idea what was coming. The very next morning, Amelia returned. This time, she wasn't alone. With her came assistants, lawyers, and 2 representatives from her husband's foundation. The air shifted instantly. Every whisper stopped, every head turned. The same associate who mocked her yesterday froze in place, their fake smile gone. Amelia walked straight to the counter where she had been humiliated. Calmly, she asked to see the same necklace. Hands trembling, the associate unlocked the case. There was no smirk this time, only fear. Without hesitation, Amelia purchased the necklace, sliding her black card across the counter. But she didn't stop there. As the receipt printed, her lawyer stepped forward and revealed something shocking. Amelia's husband had finalized the purchase of the entire jewelry chain just days earlier. The staff's faces went pale. The woman they had mocked wasn't just a customer. She was the new owner's wife. The silence was suffocating. Amelia picked up the necklace, then looked around the room. Her calm gaze was louder than any words. And in that moment, the humiliation no longer belonged to her. It belonged to them. When Amelia left that day, she carried more than just a necklace. She carried her dignity restored. For her, this wasn't about wealth or revenge. It was about showing that no amount of money can shield someone from racism. But strength and resilience can turn humiliation into truth. The staff was left to face their own prejudice. And while their embarrassment may fade, the lesson will remain. Racism does not care about status or wealth. It wounds all the same. Amelia later shared her story, not to boast, but to remind the world that silent battles like hers happen every day. Many people don't have lawyers or influence to defend them. Many walk away unseen, unheard, and broken. Her story is a mirror, forcing us to ask, how many times must dignity be denied before the world listens? Because racism hides in plain sight, in stores, in schools, in offices, twisting lives in ways often ignored. But silence only protects the oppressor. Speaking up, demanding better, that is how change begins. So the next time you see prejudice unfold before your eyes, what will you do? Will you stay silent? Or will you stand, like Amelia, and make sure the humiliation never belongs to the victim, but to those who cause it?